Good morning. It's really early again. I can tell because I feel. Do you ever, when you wake up, feel like a Shar Pei, like the dog that has a lot of wrinkles? Like my face is just. It's all wrinkle. From the pillow, from poofiness, whatever. I just think it's funny. The other thing I thought, I better say the lesson before I forget. Lesson 287 in A Course in Miracles. Did I already forget the title? My only goal is you, my Father, I rest in you. Something like that. It doesn't even matter because you can look it up yourself if you really care. This is just what came to me while reflecting on it, what it made me think of, and that's just for me. It's just my little voice journal, so video journal. And what I was gonna say is the other thing that made me laugh when I turned on the video, because I forgot what I was wearing, and my hair is the shortest it's ever been because I got this razor that has like 7 heads. It's so cheap. I was like, oh god, it's gonna tear my shit up. And then I was like, oh well, it has good reviews. It has like 5 heads and a magnetic. It just comes off and you can wash it, and it's just a magnetic attachment. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And you just go done. And I was like, oh my god, it's the shortest it's ever been. It feels like a cat's tongue. Like finally, it feels like what I've been wanting. Even though I've done it short my whole, like off and on my whole adult life, this is finally the shortest I could get it, because my clippers don't do it this short, and I wasn't doing a straight razor because the whole point is to have as little effort as possible because I'm done. So anyway, what made me laugh is my friend a few years ago, she has a Cricut, she makes crafts. She made me this shirt and it says, the best things in life mess your hair up. Yeah, I done messed it up. I just thought about that when I saw myself on the video, so it made me laugh. Anyway, whatever the title of this lesson is, it made me think about, first of all, I don't resonate with the whole father language. I just don't, because it separates me from what it's pointing to, which I know is not its point. So I thought about how Father, God, whatever, is just our fabric of whatever all this is resting on and in and emanates from, and whatever. Words are silly because they're just metaphors. They're just pointers to the raw experience. So my raw experience of this lesson was one of non-resistance and non-attachment, meaning I keep thinking about how more and more, day by day, there's nowhere for things to land in my experience, if that's the right word. So it's like, think about resistance, and I think about how if I'm feeling resistance, there's something in me that's holding on to some idea, and that whatever raw experience I'm having isn't aligning with that preconceived idea, or it might not even be a thought form. It might just be an energetic idea of like that I haven't even examined yet. So I may not even realize it's there. So if I'm sensing something, like if something is like hitting me that feels like resistance, otherwise, that makes me feel like, oh, there's something unexamined. And maybe I need to look at that. And the word need even doesn't make sense. It's like I will or I won't look at it, if that's what I feel in the moment. But experiences are just kind of passing through when I feel more like, if you want to call it a flow state, where it's like I feel like I'm in the raw experience moment by moment, and it's passing through, and then even the times, like this morning, I had a moment of like pausing to reflect on someone who passed away, and who I reflect on from time to time, or her birthday was yesterday. Her name showed up in my calendar. I thought enough of this woman to put her birthday in my calendar, as an annual reminder, and I'll keep her there. She passed away earlier this year. And I didn't know her long, and I didn't know her deeply, but something in her touched me to the point where I get emotional thinking about her. And I wonder, I love pausing to think about when I think about her, and joy, tears, all this stuff rises up, and I'm like, what is it that still has some resonance in me, some hold in me? You might even call it resistance. Like, what is it that we think about some people and it moves right through without bringing up the emotion? So I don't think it's necessarily her per se, but it maybe what she represents to me that may still have something to be examined within me. She's just an example of what I'm talking about, and what an example of what this lesson made me think of is that good or bad, feeling, no feeling, whatever, if something makes me pause or become not in flow with the raw experiencing and the passing through, things passing through me passing through things, whatever that is, there's something, I think, to be examined. And I love that, because it used to be like the triggers, like the more of the I don't know, triggers is lack of a better word to characterize the shadow material, if you want to call it that. That just means the unexamined that still is making me go boing. It used to be maybe have a darker tone, like I knew, oh, it's time to get in there. Now things don't have, I don't even know what word to use except darker or lower vibe or whatever you want to call it, tone of those triggers, old traumas, old resonance, like trauma responses, trauma behaviors. Usually it revolved around some overprotective element of me that was protecting from the old traumas I hadn't yet examined, or the follow-on behaviors I hadn't yet examined. So now that seems pretty clear, I'm sure there's more. There's always more. But the more that gets examined, I'm finding more subtle things that are having a little, and they're usually a gentler, more beautiful boing. Like, what is it about this woman's, my knowing of her, that fills me with this wistful, oh, she lived, she died, I got to know a little sliver of her presence. And I think it's this impermanence of life. One thing that really makes me feel, oh, life is how impermanent it is. And it's the beauty of it. It's not that I want it to be permanent. It's the joy and the beauty in the impermanence. And just how part of me, I've been feeling this the last couple days, especially getting all stuffy, getting wrinklier. That what I've been feeling more and more into the last few days, I guess, is where does this joy and reverence for the impermanence come from? And it makes me ponder and just daydream when my mind wants to get all, oh, let's daydream about what that could be. Where does that come from? Because I feel like those feelings that make me pause are because of contrast. And that's like the boing when there's contrast, versus resonance is like you're vibrating with something, so you don't really feel the boing, right? Contrast is like I'm coming up against something. It's different than, it's duality. So I think about, well, if I'm feeling a boing of emotion, I don't know what else to call it other than a boing, because it doesn't have a good or bad, connotation. I think, oh, well, it's because I came from a place where there was no contrast. It was just, you might call it oneness, you might just call it isness, where there was nothing reflecting to say, oh, hi there. It was just everything, it was everything. Some people might call it just pure awareness or consciousness. That doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It's just like an isness. That's where words start to fail. So I think, well, daydream about, where did I come from? I came here to experience form. And the more that form is falling away and I'm realizing formlessness, that boing is the, oh, but I came here to experience form. And now even that is falling away because of the realization of and the appreciation of impermanence. And so it's like this last little hanger-oner feeling, this like, oh, something you can't grasp in the fog or mist of experience. It's like everything is constantly falling away, and that's beautiful. And I want it, like the word want, whatever that means. I appreciate, I love all the good feelings of like, yes, keep falling away. This feeling isn't about me wanting it to stay. That would be like a dark feeling or something, right? This is the feeling of joy that I came here to appreciate form and feel all the feelings that this body and all my senses of sound, sight, taste, texture, thoughts, all of it, I'm feeling all my whole life I've been able to like, oh yeah, I get to sense this world. And even that is impermanent. And senses rise and fall, senses rise and fall. And I used to be able to think I could grasp onto them and be like, yes, this forever. And then suffering comes when it's not forever, and you're like, oh, more. Well, now that that's fallen away, now it's like the reverence for that is what fills me with that sense of, oh, yes, this is what it's always been about. This is what I came here to do, and even that's falling away. And it's like, remember, like you remember, no one watches these. But if you are, because you are, and if you saw this video I did a few weeks ago after my darkness retreat, when I used the word savor, that word has come back around just in this moment, just now thought of it. That's what it feels like, savoring the impermanence, So I think when I think about people who passed away, and I think about, oh, am I the only one remembering them right now in this moment? Oh, like, it makes me think of the movie Coco, the Pixar movie. Like, God, I love these morning hours where I get to be alone with my everything. Coco, it reminds me of how they put pictures of their ancestors up on I forget what they call it. It's a Spanish word. Oh, what is it? It's a beautiful word. And they do that so that they can remember them, because they have a belief, at least in this movie, that if no one's there to remember your spirit, you disappear for good. Like you're no longer being recalled and remembered, and then you're gone for good. And sometimes I think about that, and I don't feel like I have this about it. It's the beauty of it. It's the beauty that to remember people is to just have a thought of what their physical reality was like and how you interacted with the impermanence of their physical reality. Two impermanences coming into contact, whatever that word means, coming into connection for that brief moment, and even a moment is ephemeral, impermanent. The impermanence and emptiness of it all, and yet there's a thought of it, and a thought form is impermanent, and yet it can be recalled, and it keeps something alive, in this, whatever this is. And it's okay when there's no one left to remember people, because that's the part of the movie that doesn't bother me. Like, I don't think you truly, like, it doesn't even matter if you truly disappear, because it's like, what is that? What disappeared? That doesn't make sense to me anymore. But the part that did is everything I just described. It was like, oh, remembering people is beautiful. Whatever the title of this lesson was, I loved it. Even though I didn't really resonate with how the language, of course. It was like, yeah, I just love impermanence. Must be 6 a.m. The cat feeder's going off, so I'm gonna take my wrinkly face out of here.